Hello everyone, welcome to my Tuesday Facebook Live Coffee and a Card. Hopefully I'm in the right place. My phone kind of jiggled and then it went weird and now I'm back. So I'm hoping I am in my crazy Stamping Lady Facebook page. I'll check it in a minute. It is Friday, March 4th, 2025 and time is simply flying by. Boy, flying by me. I am stuck weeks back, guys. Just so you know, I am so far behind in life right now. Hi, Diane. Okay, I'm assuming I'm in my group then if you're finding me. I'm going to just reload myself and find out because that was a little weird with my phone when I was coming on, doing weird jiggly things. So, yay, I am in the right place. So, good to see you, Diane. Glad you're here. Hi, Gloria. Glad you are here. Between being down sick for 2 weeks last month and still really not having my energy back, honestly, I am tired every day. I take a nap every day. It's getting better. I still have a little voice stuff, but man, that hung on. Between that, an out-of-state company for 5 days and family birthday celebrations going on. And then my back went out when we were going up to see the Hermitage. I am upside down right now, so I apologize. If you are waiting on a kit, a mystery box, a welcome package, or a prize from me, realize they will be coming. I promise you, they are on my list. They're just not out yet, and I will be sending some emails letting people know the updates on that. But please be patient with me. I know I'll get through this, but right now I'm feeling holy cannoli. Plus, we had our tax appointment yesterday. So I had to spend all weekend getting everything together for my taxes, and it went smoothly and we're done, and that's wonderful. But taxes always stress me out. Anyway, moving on, my name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years now, and I love what I do. I am coming to you from a sunny but very windy Middle Tennessee. We do have the chance of some storms coming in later today. Originally, they were saying very severe, and now that has calmed, so God has put his hand on those and calmed them a little. I'm not too worried about them, but this evening, we could have some heavy rains and hail and winds, so I think like most of the country, yeah, it looks like it might be moving through by you right now, Lois, so yeah. Yes, it is what it is. It is weather, and that is where we are in the middle of weather here in Tennessee, for sure. I am here to help you learn the joy of card making, to give you tips and tricks to make that easier for you, and then to encourage you to send those beautiful creations on to someone else to bring them joy. Please be sure to say hello in the comments. I love to hear from you. I love to know you stopped by. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments that you guys leave to give away the card that we make today. So comment as often as you like. Every comment counts as an entry. And like I said, I really do like to hear from you. You have till midnight tomorrow, March 5th, to put those entries in, and I will draw the next morning. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Eileen Ringwet. That is yours. That is on its way to you. It went out in the mail. So that is one thing I was on top of. Hi, Karen. Hi, Penny. So yeah, yay to all of that. Also, if you can share my video, that gets me exposure that I might not otherwise get as a small businesswoman, and I so appreciate it. And if you do share my video to your homepage, a crafty friend, a crafty group, anywhere you share me, let me know, and I will give you a bonus entry for today's card. Anything else I want to do? I think that's it. I'm going to turn you around. You might be able to notice how windy it is. It's a little crazy out there, and it's supposed to get worse, but that is, like I said, life. And then I'm going to take you down to my table because we are in a new month, and lots is changing with everything going away and starting. So celebration is over. My mystery box special is over. yeah, the February kit is over, but we are now in a new month and a lot of new things are going on. So this is me, Maureen Ralphus, the Crazy Stamping Lady. You can find my blog at crazystampinglady.blogspot.com, my email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com, my Facebook at facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Ralphus, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Here is my hostess code for the month of March. If you are ordering from me in the month of March, if you could please use that hostess code, it gives me the most benefits for your order and allows me to give the most back to you guys in the form of prizes and giveaways and kits, etc. If your order is over $150, pre-shipping and handling and tax, then do not use that hostess code because you will earn some hostess rewards, and that is what I would like you to do. I do have one card to share from you. It is a beauty from my friend Karen in Prescott, Arizona, and it is a St. Patrick's. Oh, no, I'm wrong. This was not. This was from my friend Joan in Arizona. Sorry, I got it mixed up with a different envelope I had sitting here, but when I looked at it, it looked all about Joan. How cute is that? She has an amazing linked background on here. This cute little leprechaun hat dumping out all of those shamrocks full of love, and that beautiful sparkly 17. And then she always layers on the inside, and she sent, "May the luck of the Irish find you, and angels stand close behind you. May the sky above your head be blue, and the wind soft to keep you cool. May you have food and raiment, a soft pillow for your head. May you be 40 years in heaven before the devil knows you're dead." What a cute poem. I've seen that before. It is an Irish blessing. My maiden name, if you didn't know, was O'Reilly, so I have a little bit of Irish in me, and I love St. Patty's Day. Joan, thank you for this beautiful card. Sorry for a shout out to the wrong person, but Karen sends me amazing, beautiful cards too. I just had the wrong envelope with the wrong card. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. I'm going to display it as of today on my mantle. Okay, let's see what's going on. It is Tuesday, March 4th, and Stampin' Up! Has put out a whole bunch of new online exclusives. This is a flyer that just shows you a little bit of the products that are coming out. There is a beautiful bundle of textured designer series paper that looks so real. The pieces, when they're on something, look like they really have dimension to them and feel and texture, yet they are just images. They're gorgeous. There is new leaf sets. There is new black and white designer series paper. There are new dies and other sets. There's new embellishments. There is a ton out there. So just a reminder, to find our online exclusives, what you want to do is go to my site, stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net, click on shop and then shop products, and you'll get a drop down list. You can click on online exclusives, which is what I always do because it's the best way to just find the things that are not currently in a catalog. And then there is a sort button up in the corner. You can click on that and sort by newest to oldest, and that'll show you everything at the beginning that has come out today. And believe me, there is a ton of great stuff. We also released 2 new kits today. These pictures aren't very easy to see, but if you go online, you can see them. Same thing. I'm pretty sure the kits also come up under online exclusives because they are online exclusives. There's also a kits section you can click on. But if you just do online exclusives, these will come up. One of them is called Maritime Moments, and it's all about like boating and the ocean. They would be great for masculine cards as well as feminine, so that's really nice because it gives you a variety. And then there is a Welcoming Garden kit that has gates and different things that open up on the front of it and a lot of dimension. Really, really cute kits. They are out there as of today. Plus a reminder about our March Paper Pumpkin. So the March Paper Pumpkin kit is going to come with this beautiful daisy box. And since it's our stamping anniversary for Paper Pumpkin, every year there is a free additional stamp set in this kit. So you will get your ink spot and your regular stamp set, as well as a bonus stamp set. And the Daisy Daydream Paper Pumpkin coordinates, well, let me just tell you real quick what's in it. It says send sweet greetings with gorgeous cards featuring bees, honeycombs, and daisies. It makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with coordinating envelopes. It has specialty gold and pre-cut vellum accents, and the colors that coordinate are crumb cake, crushed curry, lemon lime twist, lost lagoon, which will be the Stampin' Spot that you get, mossy meadow, and very vanilla. Looks to be a wonderful, wonderful kit in that beautiful box. But this kit coordinates with the add-on dies that are in low inventory, guys. Hopefully they will hang out as long as people need them. You can only get the dies if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. The number for the dies is 166237. Cost $12, and I'm going to show you those dies because they are amazing. It is this beautiful heart that I have used so much already. It's crazy. That coordinated with the January kit. It is the chive top and chive die that will cut out the chive images for the February kit. And then it is this honeycomb with this gorgeous little bee that coordinate with the March kit. So if you go out to my blog, crazystampinglady.blogspot.com, I am part of a Paper Pumpkin hop each month. You can go back to January and find that hop for the heart kit. You can go to February and find the chives kit. And then when the March hop comes up, you will see more about the honeybee. But if you have any questions on Paper Pumpkin, and just as a note, we will be migrating Paper Pumpkin soon from the Paper Pumpkin website to the regular Stampin' Up! Website, which is going to make it so much easier for everybody. And if you are a subscriber, you will receive an email on that, just so you know what's happening. It should be pretty seamless for you, but I'm just giving you a heads up. If anything seems different, that is why. But Paper Pumpkin is wonderful, and if you have an opportunity and want to subscribe, I would suggest at least trying it. I think you'll love it. Okay, moving on. Mini catalog, still going strong. Stampin' Up! Catalog, still going strong. But today we're going to play, I should do one point here. During the month of March, I will be putting together my mailing list to send out the new annual catalogs. Okay, so the new annual catalogs are going to start May 1st. Just want to be sure I get it right. May 1st. So during the month of March, I will put together that mailing list. I will send a catalog to anyone who has ordered from me in the last 6 months. Guys, it is so much better for me and for you if I send the catalogs through Stampin' Up! It costs me less, and they will follow up if it doesn't come through, and they will send you another eventually. So it is just better to go through them. So if you would like a catalog from me through Stampin' Up!, just place an order if you haven't already. Now through March 27th, I think is the date I'm going to go with. Because I want to place the order on March 28th. I like to do it on a day they're open in case I have any glitches. And I don't like to wait till the last minute. So anytime 6 months back through March 27th, and you will get the new annual catalog in the mail from me. Okay, moving on from catalogs. We're doing online exclusives today. So we're going to make an adorable little card. Super simple, but one that all of you could use. It's a birthday card. And I have the recipe for it right here with all the products. I will put this back out at the end in case you want to take a screenshot with the card with it. And I will also post that in the comments of this video. I'm going to move it over here to the side for now. So we are doing a card that has a simple technique, because it's Technique Tuesday, and a simple fold. I like fun folds, but I like simple ones. I go crazy with the more elaborate ones. I don't do them very often, once in a while for a very special occasion, but this is a simple fun fold. So we are starting out with a basic white envelope, a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and this piece is 5.5 by 8.5, and then you're going to score it at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So super simple. I already pre-scored it. I'm just going to fold this over, use my bone folder. And when I score my cards, I've told you this before, I like to score them both directions. It gives you a nicer finished crease on your card. And we're going to do the same thing with this score here. I'm going to fold that in, and then I'm going to fold that back on the front of my card. So this is a simple Z-fold card. It has a lot of impact and it is not a lot of work, which is my favorite, right? Okay, we also have a piece of basic white that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the inside. A piece of Designer Series paper, and this Designer Series paper comes from the Marbled Elegance specialty paper that is an online exclusive, guys. So if you go out to the online exclusives, you can search on Marbled Elegance specialty. I can give you the number if you want to write it down. It is 164919. And it was that Valentine's paper, although you can use it for many, many other things. So I was looking for a primary color, red, blue, or yellow, and I wanted a piece of Designer Series paper. Now you can see on the back, it has that kind of pinkish marbled, but on the front, it has red stripes, and this will work perfect for our card. So we're using that. Look at your Designer Series paper and think out of the box when you're using them. Don't just stick with it if it was like a Valentine's paper, I have to use it at Valentine's. Usually one side or the other is going to be more non-specific and you can use it for anything. We have a piece of Night of Navy that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inches. We have a piece of basic white that is 3 by 4. And then a scrap paper with some balloons that I stamped that we're going to be using later on my cards. So we'll be die cutting those. So let's do some stuff with this. I think we're going to start by just showing you the bundle and then starting with our technique. So this is the Spring Corners bundle. It is an online exclusive. Go out there and search on Spring Corners. Now this was released in January, so it's not in the brand new release this month, in March. It was released in January. It has these great corner sentiments that say, wishing you an amazing day, thank you for everything, always in your corner. And then more typed ones that say, through the happy and the sad, happy we are friends, you amaze me, happy birthday, you brighten my day. And then some just adorable images that you can use to go with those sentiments. And then it comes with dies. These dies cut out different elements, so several corner elements that you could put in the corners of your card. It comes with hearts you can cut out. This little flower here cuts out the little flower on here. It has a circle and a starburst that you could make a sun image if you wanted. It cuts out this daisy image in the corner, and you could put something beautiful behind it so the daisies would show through. Lots and lots of fun things to do with this. It also has what we're going to be using, so I have it out. Let me grab it. This balloon piece right here that's going to cut out our balloons. So I'm going to set that. Actually, I'm putting it back into my magnetic thing so I don't lose it. So that is the bundle we are playing with. We're going to start out with our technique, like I said. So what I did is I took a piece of scrap paper. This was old paper in a box where I just kind of throw things. And I cut out that starburst, just like that. Now I'm going to keep this piece. I'll probably use it on a card, but I want the negative for today's technique. And what we're going to be doing is just stenciling. So we're going to add some color to these different elements before we do our stamping and add everything else. So I'm going to start out with this 3x4 piece of basic white. Make sure nothing's on it. All good. And we're going to use Daffodil Delight ink and a blender brush. So this is my yellow blender brush. You can see I've used it with different shades of yellow. I just do one for yellow, one for orange, one for green, one for blue, and that works for me. I can use them over and over. So I'm just going to come in here and grab some Daffodil Delight ink, and I'm going to place this. Now you could anchor this down, excuse me, if you wanted to with washi tape. I made this piece big enough that I can hang on to it, and hopefully it won't move very much. Also, one tip on this, when you're making a stencil like this, make sure you leave enough room all the way around it so that you're not going off the edge and picking up extra stencil. So I left enough cardstock on here that this should work just fine. And I am just lightly adding that starburst to my piece of cardstock. Can you see that on camera? I hope so. I'm going to ink this up again and come over here to the side and do that same thing right here. Now I'm not worried if some of this yellow is getting onto my mat. I'll wipe that up in a minute. And then I'm going to do one more down here in this corner. Turn this so I can hold the stencil well. Just like that. Now I'm not worried about it being perfect. I just want those little starbursts onto my card like that. The next thing I'm going to do is, I think I'm actually going to wipe this. Let me grab a napkin or something I have here. Just to get any excess yellow, because I'm going to do the envelope and I don't want anything on the back of the envelope that might have been stuck to my glass mat. So on my envelope, I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to come up here in this corner, add some ink, and stencil a starburst. Because you know I don't like naked envelopes, so we're just going to add a little bit of fun and whimsy to this envelope, wherever you like. I'm going to come down here toward the bottom, add another one. Again, turn your paper or whatever you need to so that you can get a nice good grip on your stencil, and that way you don't have to worry about it moving. And then I think I'm going to do one more up here. I know the postage stamp will go up here, but this is light enough that that's not going to cause a problem, and you'll be able to see it peeking out from behind your postage. So there is our envelope. And then I want to do one more of these. Now I'm not worried about any yellow ink getting on the back of this piece. We're going to be fine. So I'm going to take this stencil and I'm going to place it right here on the inside of my card. Now I'm trying to kind of center it side to side and down a little bit from the top, but I'm not worried about it being perfect, guys. We're just going to add a starburst right in the middle of there to keep this all in place. So that is our technique for today, is using stencils that you make on your own. Now, after I cut these out, I store them right inside of my stencil case. I mean, right inside of my die case. So in my dies, when I store them, I store the dies facing toward the front, and then my Stampin' Up! Paper here in the back so that I can see that information on the back. And then I put my dies just right in the middle here and push that down. And then the next time I pull these out to use them, that is handy for me to use. I could do dies with the hearts. That would have been really cute, with the circles and done polka dots all over. That would have been really cute. So just use your dies in a different way to make your own stencils. It is a lot of fun. Okay, let's do some stamping now. We're done with the technique with the stenciling. We're going to stamp onto these different pieces. So I pre-stamped my balloons with Memento Tuxedo Black, and that's because I wanted them to dry well, because we're going to be using our blends on them in just a minute. And when you're using blends in Memento Black, it works wonderful, but you want to be sure it is completely dry. So I'm going to set those over here for now. I'm going to take my Starburst piece and my corner image, and this is the one that says, wishing you an amazing day. And when I placed it on my block, I actually laid it onto my glass plate and made sure it was straight. Because it's long and narrow, it can kind of change shape. So I made sure it was straight on here before I put my block on top. You could do the same thing with a piece of grid paper or even lined paper to make sure it's straight. But I would advise that you just take a minute to do that. I'm going to take my Memento Black ink again, and we're going to ink up this sentiment. And because it is a larger block, I am taking my ink to my stamp rather than my stamp to my ink, okay? So when the image is bigger than my stamp pad, basically, I will take ink to the image. If it's the other way around, then I take the image to the stamp pad. And we're going to place this up here in the corner, and I'm making sure my sentiment is completely onto the cardstock, giving it a nice firm push. And there we have it, wishing you an amazing day. And the next thing I want to do is take my inside sentiment that says happy birthday, which is from the same set, and we're going to put that right over our Starburst on the inside of this card. I'm going to put it up to the top a little bit. I may write on the Starburst depending upon how much I want to write on the inside of the card. This is light enough that I could write right over it, so I like that. And then what else do I want to do? I want to take my envelope, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put the happy birthday out here on the envelope. Just like that. All right. Now I think I am done with that. I'm done with that. Moving all of this out of the way. Okay, so let's kind of put this together, and then we're going to do our balloons. So my envelope is ready to go. I am going to take this inside piece, and actually now, because I'm going to flip it over, let me get off any of that excess yellow ink. You could use a wet wipe if you needed it, but honestly on the glass mat, a napkin will usually pick up most of the excess if it's not too much. So I'm just wiping that off with that. Flip this over and add some seal to my corners on the back, like that. And we're going to add this to the inside of our card, just centered on that Night of Navy layer right there. Okay, so now when we put this card together and fold it, this is going to be covered up by this image right here. That'll go over it. So it'll be just a cute little fun fold. I'm also taking my striped thread, and we're going to add this to the front. So for this card, I kind of chose primary colors. Like I said, the yellow, the red, and the blue. I'm just lining this up and trying to center it here. So there's my stripes on there. And now we're going to play, well, actually, I think I'm going to put this on here. So this layer is going to go right on to that Night of Navy layer. Let's do that. We'll do everything except the balloons, and then we'll finish it up. Okay, and I'm going to lay this on here centered. And then we're going to add this piece to the front of this card. And I'm going to center it. Oh, I smudged a little bit there. Maybe I can get that off with my eraser. It's just a tiny bit. This is going to go right on the center of this card like that. I only want my adhesive on the section that is touching the red over here. So I'm going to flip this over top to bottom. I'm going to center it again where I want it. And then using that line, that blue line there as a guide, I'm going to put a strip of seal. And now I can take it off there because now I know all of my seal has to go over to this side of that piece. Okay. like that. Now we can come back in and place this one more time, centered on the front of our card. Give it some firm pressure to make sure that that adheres. And now we have our Z fold card that opens, and you can see the Z. So pretty cool, huh? And that completely covers anything that we have on the inside of the card. Now, when you are writing your sentiment or your greeting to someone, just be aware. Sometimes I will even take a pencil and make a really light pencil mark, like right here, and right here, and right here. So I know that this is the space I can write in and it won't show. And then when I'm done, I just take my eraser, and I always use white erasers. They just kind of clean the best, I think. And then just go back in and remove any of those little pencil lines so that they don't show. Okay, so that is just a tip when you're doing a card like that and you want to be sure what you write doesn't show. So now let's play with our balloons. We're going to color these. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to do 2 sets of them. I made a third because I just stamped a whole bunch of papers, and that's what I do when I'm stamping. So for my first balloons, I'm going to color this first one here with Poppy Parade. Now I know I used Real Red as my designer series paper. I actually was having a little bit of trouble finding something in one of these primary colors that would work. So I used Real Red, but I love Poppy Parade. Poppy Parade to me just has a brightness to it above and beyond Real Red. So we're using that for our balloons. So I'm going to do the bottom one red, and then on this one I'm going to do the middle one red. So they're not exactly the same. And I'm just coloring them, guys. I'm not shading these balloons. I'm not worried about that. This is a primary color happy birthday card. It is not anything that needs to be shaded and made to look three-dimensional. It is just going to be fun. Okay, so there's our Poppy Parade. Next, I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight. And on this one, I'm going to do this bottom balloon. And you guys know I love to color. I think this will go pretty fast. I hate to have you watch me forever coloring. If you came to my house and just had a conversation with me, chances are I'd be sitting and coloring while we're talking. So yeah, that is just how it goes in my life. So, all right. One thing I was going to mention about our Facebook Lives here right while I'm coloring is we did get a notification from Facebook that they are going to start deleting all of our Facebook Lives. It used to be we could keep them there indefinitely. So I am going to be going out and transferring my Facebook Lives from Facebook over to YouTube. And I'm going to start, I was working backwards from my oldest ones to my newest, but I'm going to change it because I think the newest ones are the ones that are more pertinent. They're going to have the newest product out there. So I am going to start transferring those over to YouTube because by July, supposedly, all of my older videos will be gone. And then after that, they will be deleted with every 30 days. So they'll only be there. So a little bit of change I have to work around. Everyone does, not just me. It's kind of a pain. For this, I'm using the light Night of Navy. I could have used the dark, but the light to me just looked better. It was more within that primary color look to me that I wanted. So yeah, that whole Facebook thing, it's always something, you know? You just think you got a rhythm and things are going smooth, and then Facebook or YouTube or something else just puts a glitch out there. So we can work with it, guys. We can do it. Okay, there's our balloons. Super simple to color. I love them. We're going to cut these out using the mini cut and emboss machine, which I love because it fits up here on my table. And I'm going to take my balloon die and place it around my balloons. Now the cool thing on these dies is there is a little open dot at the bottom that can be used for poking it out, but it's also great for lining up. So what I do is I line up all my balloons up here, and then I make sure that that is black through that dot. And that means that the strings are where they should be. So we're gonna add this on here, a little washi tape to hold it, and run this through. We also got to notice on our big computer that we have Windows 10 on there, and within the next couple months they're going to be removing all support for Windows 10. So now we got to see if we can upgrade that. Technology is awesome, right guys? Okay, there's one of my little balloons. Let's do the other one right away. And get that cut out. Same thing, gonna place it on here, put it around my balloons, and then make sure that it is black through that dot so that I know that my strings are lined up. Take my piece of washi, and when I do washi, I like to do it on the outside of the die, and on the inside of the die. That seems to hold the best, so I make it long enough that I can do that. Take that out. And we're going to peel this off. And this washi has been used many times, so it peels off very nicely. If you're using new washi tape, make sure that you put it onto your sweater or your pants or something so it picks up those fibers and makes it not quite so sticky. So there's our other balloons. You can see how great that die cuts them out. I just love it. And balloons are always welcome. Great for birthdays. So that is what we're doing. So we're going to add these balloons to the front of our card here. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my mini dimensionals, because these are just the right size. I'm going to grab a couple of them, place them, one here on the back of my yellow balloon, one here up on my blue one. I'm going to pull the backing off on those. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Tombow liquid glue and add it down here on the strings, just so I can adhere those to the card also. And it's really too narrow down there for any dimensionals. So we're going to come in here. If I can get that off my finger, it is stuck very well. There we go. And we're going to place this on here. I'm going to have it coming more to the middle of my card and up at an angle, just like that. And then we're going to take our other balloons and do the same thing. Come in here with a couple little mini, excuse me. If you do not have mini dimensionals, you can always cut your regular dimensionals into smaller pieces, and that works just fine also. I just like the convenience of having the minis, so I keep them handy. I don't use them very often, but when I do, they are there. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on here. Add a little bit of Tombow down there by the strings. And make sure my backing is off of my dimensionals or it's not going to stick. Okay, and then we're going to add this also to the front of our card. And I'm going to bring this down just so my strings are touching the other strings and up at another angle. So it'll go just slightly than the other ones. So there is our little balloon bouquet, and we need to have something tying that all together. So to tie it together, I'm going to use the Baker's Twine Essentials Pack. This is out of the annual catalog. I think it's in the current annual catalog. I hope that is correct, but they are still available. I'm going to use the black twine. If not, it's an online exclusive, so you can still get it. We're going to just tie a bow. And I usually tie my bows right off of the spool. You waste the least amount of twine when you do that, or ribbon, same thing. I know you can't always do that if you're at a class or something, but when you're just working at home, if you tie it right off of the spool, like I just did, let me get this just the size I want it to be. Now I'm going to take my tails and even them up down here and cut that off. And there's absolutely no waste. So this is going to go on here, and my spool is full of the twine, and I'm not cutting off anything and throwing it away. And I love that. So we're going to add this right here across those two balloon clusters. And to do that, I'm going to take some Tombow glue, put it right between them, right here at the bottom, enough that it's going to hold that knot. We're going to set that right on top of there. Whoa, not good, Maureen. You got a little piece of glue off. think it stuck to my hands because my hands are super dry. In the winter, I cannot believe I use so much lotion. You'd think they weren't dry, but they are dry. I'm going to take a block, put it right on top of there just for a minute to make sure that that glue seeps into the twine and sticks good to my card. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab our other embellishment we're going to put on here. Now, this is a brand new embellishment available today on the online exclusives. It's called Starburst Sequins. And I loved the brightness of the yellow on here. I thought it would go perfect with my card. Each one of these little sequins has lines coming out so it looks like a little starburst, and they're flat. And you guys know I love my flat embellishments. They go through the mail so well, and especially if you're doing a card like this that has a little more depth to it because of the fold and because of the popped up balloons. You don't want an embellishment that's going to add extra depth to that. So we're going to grab one of these large starburst, and I'm going to place it up here right off to the left of my balloons. And I'm going to grab another large one, I think. There's no rhyme or rhythm to that. Sometimes I have too large, sometimes I have too small, but I like to do threes. And I'm going to place this one down over here to the side. And then I'm going to grab one of the smaller sequins just so we have a little contrast. And we're going to place this one up here underneath our wishing. So that is our card today, guys. How fun is that? Super simple fold, super simple with the stenciling, but it pulls together so beautifully. Love, love, love it. I hope you like it too. Here is the recipe if you do want to take a picture with it, so that you have all the information together. But again, realize I will post both of these items in the comments of this video after, so they will be there for you. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to be with me today. I hope you liked this project and some of the tips and tricks I shared with you. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. Every comment counts as an entry, and you have until tomorrow night to be entered. Actually, until I do the drawing. I take any comments, but for sure through midnight tomorrow night. So I'd love to hear from you if you do that. Reminder, if you get a chance to check out our new online exclusives and kits, as well as consider subscribing for that paper pumpkin kit, I would encourage you to do so. And finally, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for any Stampin' Up! Products, or if you're interested in joining my team of crazy stamping ladies, let me know. I'm here to be your creative coach, so if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. And I plan to be back here on Friday. I know you guys can hardly believe it. I think I'm really back. So I plan to be back here on Friday with some more creative fun. I hope you can find some time then to spend with me, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.